What's up guys, this is Anthony V back here with the AV Club. Before we get into anything, like I always do, if you could just push that subscribe button for me, and then I'll get right into the video that we're going to go over. I've been skating since the 80s. I got an Alva board and Ash board when I was a kid. I set my Alva board under a car, snapped it, got an Ash. And then I kind of kept on skating through the years, got World Industries boards, a bunch of Alien Workshops, Grind King trucks, got into AVEC 5 bearings. This was back in like the 90s. Got to watch Tony Hawk pull the 900 on the half pipe during the X Games. Unbelievable. I was in like 8th grade at the time. And about 7-8 years ago, Boosted Boards finally came out with a production board for ESKATE, and it changed the scene because for years all these boards were chain drive boards with gas powered motors. They were loud and they looked pretty bad too. I mean, there were a bunch of DIYs, which I give the utmost respect to DIY community. You guys are killing it right now. You're pushing the envelope to what other boards should be. Besides of that comes greater responsibility and greater user error and a higher risk. So for all you newbies out there, we are going to go over the stuff that I have gained in the past, I'd say 3 years. I didn't wear protection I'd say the first 4 years I started e-skating. Instead, I also got a bunch of accidents. I got hit by a bunch of cars, fall off my board, hit an ice cream cone, whatever. Tore some meniscus in my right knee, scraped up, got major road rash on this arm, you can't see it luckily. Broken elbow, and I fractured a wrist too from all the falls. Now over time, it kind of starts to add up, and then for years I never wore a helmet, which when you get to the speeds past 20 miles an hour, you better start wearing a helmet. Put your ego aside. Rather spend a few $100s, if not less, for something to protect your dome than hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, to be in a hospital the rest of your life because you're a vegetable. I'm going to show you guys the first helmet that I ever got. Buddy's got me onto this helmet right here. It's called the OVERADE helmet. And the main reason I liked it is because, as you can see, it's pretty compact. Now it unfolds here, and then you pull this out, and then if you guys can see, this folds out here, and then this locks down, comes in, and locks down right there, okay? As you can see right here, I'd even put this on over my hats, like this, so you don't even have to take your hat off. It's not a bad half dome, you know? I took this to Denver.
We are just skating. Just gonna skate around Denver for a while.
I took this to a few other skate meetups. I took this to Las Vegas when I did the Las Vegas ride for West Wheel 2 last year. And it's a great compact helmet to take traveling. Folds in like this, boom, put it down flat. It's also a conversation starter. I don't know how many people come up to me when I've been in like a bar or a restaurant charging, and they'll be like, whoa, did your helmet just fold? And I'm like, yeah. And yeah, it's just a pretty cool little, I don't know, it's about $100 if you find it online, but it does the job for what you need it to do. And I moved on to getting elbow pads, because the first things that are going to usually hit the ground when you fall are going to be your head, your hands, your wrists, and your elbows, okay? And possibly your knees as well. So for the elbows, I got these D30 elbow pads. Yeah, Troy Lee Designs. And I've had these since about 2018, I would say 2017, 2018. And you can see they're pretty worn. And they have this D30 gel in here, which is kind of, I mean, it's pliable, but once it hits something, it hardens up, okay? And I knew it wouldn't save my elbow from getting broken, but it definitely will save your arms from road rash. The only thing that's a problem with these is that this elastic band starts to wear out over time, and they'll start to slide down your arms, okay? For about $40, $50, these actually aren't that bad. But yeah, they've stayed with me for the past 3 years. The last helmet I finally upgraded a few years ago and to what's called the TSG Pass downhill helmet. This was designed in Switzerland. It's designed for downhill longboarding, and those guys were reaching anywhere from 40, 50, 60 miles an hour. So the rating on this is pretty good for downhill. Now, I'm going to tell you the reasons why I like it and the reason why I got it, and then on top of it, just everything else that went on. First, It has this very wide, long visor that's great for your field of vision. There is nothing hindered on your field of vision when you're wearing this helmet, okay? Now I will say, I wish there was a little bit better ventilation here because they have ventilation holes here, and then they have a few on the sides. That's great, but during really hot days, you're gonna want to keep this visor up the whole entire time. You will be sweating in this thing. And the other helmets that I would recommend for newbies would be a Predator full face helmet and a Sector 9 full face helmet. Half domes are great, but once you're getting past 20 miles an hour, what's going to happen if you fall and you hit your jaw? Say goodbye to your jaw, and you're gonna probably be eating through a straw for at least the next 3 months. So you want something with a nice jaw plate, okay? Or a base plate right here. Ruroc helmets got pretty popular about 2017, 2018. The only problem with those are designed for snowboarding. They look cool, but if you fall gnarly enough on those, the faceplate that clicks in shatters and can face up. Just being real and just my honest opinion. Now, to add to it, I also have this little guy on the side. This is a brace for my little T-Com radio right here, Bluetooth radio. This links up to my phone, so I can play music, and there's 2 speakers, one here and one here, headphones on the side of it that you place inside. The other cool thing is, it has a mic right here that comes in and goes right under in the chin guard. Now this is for if you have 3 other people that you want on your T-Com team, you can link up with 3 other people, so when you guys are on rides, you can actually talk to each other like walkie-talkies while you're listening to music, whatever. It's really good because it's not automatically in your ear, so you can hear your outside noise as well and your outside surroundings, especially like sirens and whatever else. And then it clips on here. You fast forward to go to one next song, roll forward. If you want to turn the volume down, turn the volume down, turn the volume up. You can click it to answer a call and then click it to also end the call, which is pretty neat. So you can just boop, hello, what are you doing? Boop, goodbye. This is hands down one of my favorite helmets. I'm probably going to get another one. I also have a light on this one because I want the light to go where my vision is, especially at night, and it just works out pretty well. And then I also have my GoPro usually on top of here just for safety reasons. You can't see it right now because it's actually the camera that I'm using to record with. Moved on from these basic elbow pads up to the Fox 3D D30 elbow pads. These are pretty much the ones that I wanted these to be, okay? First, they have this hard shell casing right here that you can actually take off, as you can see right there, and then it sticks right back on there. And that's for the slide. Remember guys, when you're in ESKATE, dress for the slide, not for the ride. It's kind of the same thing when you go out on a motorcycle. Now, it also has this mesh in here, which is breathable, very breathable, and it has kind of more of a tight fitting, like kind of adjustment down here. Up here you also have the Velcro that can wrap around the arm, which makes it tighter, which I was talking about on these that they did not have. Along with that, you can just even see there's thicker padding. You can see the inside. And it also has left and right, so it tells you which side to put on, and you can just tell they're angled. I mean, they're just designed for your arms. They're rated 40, 50, I'd say even 60 miles an hour. You fall down on these, they're gonna stay on your arm. I mean, worst case scenario, might break something if you have really feeble bones. But other than that, you should almost get no road rash, and my personal opinion, I don't think you should really break anything either. I literally just got these last week from one of my buddies that's also an ESKATE, and they were just a little bit too small for him. And in my personal opinion, for what I wanna do, these are it. These are hands down, in my opinion, the best knee guards in the game right now. This style, and the reason why, is it has the dual action hinge. So this hinge is up here at the top of the thigh, and then this hinge is right down here below the knee. And then basically how you put them on, here, clip in, harder because I have my jeans on top. As you can see, the knee guard stays there, and these kind of just pivot. Okay, I'm probably, when I wear them, going to put them on under my jeans just so they're a little flush against my body. But when you fall, you definitely do not want to knock your knees. I've knocked my knees so many times. I have so many scrapes. It's just unreal. So like I said, guys, if you want the whole entire package right now for what is an ESKATE, I would recommend a TSG full face helmet. The Elite knee pads. I weigh about 175, 180 pounds, and these are the small to medium. I honestly could probably have gotten the large, but these will still work. So depending on your height, I'm about 5'10" as well. So depending on your height and size, you might want to get a bigger or the same size. And then we got the D30 Fox elbow pads. One other thing that I did not go over that I would recommend would be the 3D Flatland gloves. Those are good for slides, and they keep from your wrist breaking when you fall, so your hand doesn't catch against the ground. They're designed to actually slide, so when you fall, you roll out kind of, instead of rolling over your wrists and breaking them. So that's really smart. I would look into those as well. Everyone, what I would recommend is when you first get into ESKATE, first get a helmet. I mean, I don't want to be that person, but get a helmet, don't be a vegetable. Put your ego aside, protect the dough. Then, depending on how fast you plan on going, where you plan on riding, how aggressive you plan on being, I would say then get into what you're really wanting to look at, which is the pads. What pads do you want? What do you think looks good, aesthetically pleasing? I mean, hell, you could ride with a motorcycle jack if you want to. It looks kind of weird and goofy. You almost look like a Tron character, but hey, whatever. Do what you want to do. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I will list every single one of these things I talked about and the links, so you guys can go and check them out for yourselves. I hope this video helps you guys. Also, some things to put in your ESKATE bag. Water, first aid kit, maybe some, I don't know, maybe some food depending on how far you plan on going, and maybe some kit, like I definitely say pliers, because one of these days you skate long enough you will get something stuck in your wheels. And then I would also say bring along any of your stuff that you need to repair things, like if you need to switch out a belt or you need to switch out a tire, bring all that with you if you go on long rides. I hope this helped, guys. See you on the next one.